I loved reading romance novels and dreamt about being swept off my feet. I wasn't exactly sure how that would happen, but I knew that sex was a part of the story. I was told, your first time might hurt a little, but that's normal. That didn't sound so bad. I was used to pain, having bled heavily for at least a week every month since I was 13. Besides, I'd read that sex was magical. It's like fireworks. The first time I had sex, I was 19. It was snowing and I was pressed against a glass door. This wasn't at all what I'd imagined. Then there was the pain. Sharp, jagged explosions. Red and gold when I closed my eyes, kind of like fireworks. I wondered, am I doing something wrong? But was too embarrassed to ask. So instead, I watched the snow falling on the bare trees, the flickering of neighbors' TV screens. The next day in school, I couldn't sit down. Dating was a challenge. At what point do you tell your date that sex hurts? Most of the time, I didn't. So I was called a tease, told, you're so cold, you're an ice princess. An inner voice whispered, you're worthless. Eventually, I stopped reading romance novels. In my late 20s, I was referred to a pelvic pain specialist. She asked if I'd ever experienced painful sex. No one had ever asked me that before. Crying, I said yes. She told me that many other people experienced this too. It was such a relief to know that I was not alone. By that point, I'd begun to accept that the pain was an unchangeable part of me. I no longer dreamt of being swept away. I had loving friends and family. Wasn't that enough? Then I met someone. We spent the whole night talking. While the sun was rising, I looked out over the ocean and realized, darn, I'm just beginning to enjoy being single, and now we're going to start dating. I must have spoken out loud because half asleep he responded, no, sweetheart, you don't have to date me. That was 8 years ago, and we just celebrated our first wedding anniversary. Since then, I've been diagnosed with endometriosis. Sometimes sex is pain-free. And even though life isn't anything like a romance novel, sometimes I see fireworks.